Bell Time by Sophie Tuvey, Chapter 30. In a cosy corner of the quiet pub, our drinks arrive and I take a long sip of lemonade, enjoying the cool fizz on my tongue. I love Fridays. I love Friday dates with Michael Chase. May this be the second of many. I hold up my glass to toast him. Congratulations on your promotion. He looks unsure as he chinks his glass with mine. I'm sorry you didn't get it, he says apologetically. Michael, I knew you were going to get it. I laugh. It's not your fault that you're practical, efficient, data-focused, and marvellous at Excel. Don't joke about it, Jen. He takes my hand. You must care a lot about it. I look into his guilt-ridden eyes. I think back to my conversation with Steph. I think over this whole inspection week. I care about doing my job well, I say. I care about not being overlooked or pushed around. But to be honest, my main motivation for going for the HOD role was so that you didn't get it uncontested. Now that I know you a bit better, I don't think I would hate being in your department as much as I thought I would before. Michael blinks. So the main reason you applied for this job was because you don't like me? That pretty much sums it up. I'm not sure what to say to that. He sips his drink. I don't dislike you now as much. I raise an eyebrow. That feels a slight regression from you being obsessed with me. Love and hate are on the same scale. I shrug. Anyway, at least I got to work on my novel while you were AWOL. Really? He looks at me with interest. Can I read some more then? If you like. Was your story backed up then? It's in the cloud. I wave my hand to gesture. I should also tell you that I'm moving back in with my dad. He said he'd put me on his car insurance so I can drive again. I thought it was for society's benefit that you didn't drive too often, Michael says, wincing. Anyway, I've booked that county certificate test, so next time we run a trip, I will be driving. I can't believe with all this going on, you still managed to organise that. If I'm stressed, I do admin, though I have to admit, I don't want to look at my laptop this weekend, at all. I'll drink to that, I say. What did the police say about your laptop? He asks. The chances of getting it back are slim, I reply. If those guys were stealing it to buy drugs or something, it's probably miles away by now. Do you think they'll catch them? I hope so, more for Tyler's sake than mine. Are you going to keep teaching the boys' group? He must still feel guilty about that. Yes, I smile. Tyler doesn't scare me anymore. I think he should be very grateful that you've been so gracious to him. He's just a kid. I think about him with sadness. I really hope as a school we can help him. What are your plans for the weekend? I don't really have any, he answers. All I want to do is see you. I smile. Now that's more like it. The weekend passes in a happy blur. Michael takes me home and meets my dad. Later on, I video call Dina and Claire to fill them in. It's way too complicated to text. They're still cautious, but they're coming round to the idea that Michael's not so bad after all. On Saturday, Katie gets the train home and we all clear my flat, taking bags and bags of junk to the tip. Michael's machine-like efficiency proves very useful sometimes when channeled correctly. When the flat is bare, I expect to feel a sense of sadness. But actually, I just feel relief. I needed mental headspace from Dad, not physical distance, but I was too stressed to see the difference. You won't miss this place, surely? Michael jokes, examining my wistful expression. No, I sigh. I think I moved here because I found it hard to live at home, being reminded of my mum all the time. But the grief follows you. There's no quick fix for it. He crosses the room to put his arms around me. Makes sense. Group hug! Katie shouts, barreling into both of us. I catch Michael's eye and smile. I love my sister. Later, we enjoy a takeaway all together, and I would never have expected this 3 months ago. As I look at Michael squabbling with Katie about the correct way to use chopsticks, and Dad more lively in conversation than he has been for years, it feels like the hole in our family is finally healing. I can't erase Mum, and I don't want to. I want to make the most of the people I'm privileged to have in my life. That includes school too. My first priority on Monday is to find Steph and fill her in. I didn't get the job, and you were right. I didn't actually want it, I tell her. Thank you for being honest with me, even though I didn't listen to you. Don't be silly, Jen. She gives me a standard Steph hug, obliterating the oxygen capacity of my lungs. Now tell me what's going on with... She looks towards Michael, who's hovering at the kitchen door waiting for me. We're back together, I say in a low tone, smiling. He's apologised for ignoring me. Plus, I think he dislikes David as much as I do now. He's finally seen the light, she says. I'm happy for you. Michael brandishes my mug, and I nod. Just going to make tea, I say. I think the kitchen may be my favourite place in the whole school now. Michael and I make our drinks side by side, just like we've done so many times before, but this time we're not trying to kill each other. In unison, we grab our mugs and head for my classroom. Which classes have you got today? He asks, looking at my timetable on the wall. Colour-coded, of course. Year 7, Year 8. Oh, and I meant to be starting the writing club today. I remembered to bring cake, and at lunch I have a small group of 5 students for the club. As we sit, eat cake, and do some short bursts of 2-minute creative writing, I'm freshly reminded that I love my job. I'm not going to let passive-aggressive head teachers or local drug dealers take that away from me. Right, time's up everyone, I say. Let's hear what you've written. They're all really shy, but 1 or 2 of them share, and the bell goes so they gather their things to leave. Beatrice hovers at my desk. Are you okay? I ask. She holds out a piece of paper. I just wanted to show you. I take it and read. The clock ticks. I know that sound well. It's always 5 minutes fast on your mantelpiece. I love the smell of your velvet curtains and the musty tinge of your living room. Now that you're gone, your clock is on my bedroom shelf. It keeps ticking. I look up and her eyes are filled with tears. This is beautiful, I say. It's about my granddad. The rawness of grief shoots to my heart, and my eyes swim too. It's like it goes straight to the wound of losing my mum. The arrow never fails to reach the same spot. I think he would be very proud of you. I give her the page back. Miss, can we come in? My mentor group is waiting at the door. Yes, I call and give Beatrice a smile. Sorry I can't talk for longer, but you have real talent. Thank you for sharing what you wrote. I've never written about that before, she says. Thank you, miss. As she leaves, I wipe my eyes absently as the mentor group rolls in and bustle about getting their books. What are we doing today, miss? Connor asks. Please say something fun, Lacey adds. I sigh. How about some story writing?